up where the lobby is open, the mics are hot, and nobody's dodging. Joining us in the queue today, Michael Tumbleweed Kepley. Davis Tadlock.
Get down.
And Nick Thug Nasty Lavid. And I'm CJ, Pathfinder Collins. Great to see you here today. We're going to jump into some exciting segments. We've got Clutch or Kick first, then we're going to go to Pick'ems, and then we're going to jump around the league. We're going to find out, did Dr. Lupo cheat in a chess tournament? Is Call of Duty going to cost you a little bit too much next year? And are OpTic going to change their roster? Because it looks like they might need to. But first, I have a question for the one and only Thug Nasty.
Okay.
100 people or one gorilla, what are you taking?
It depends. Is it 100 normal people, or do I get to hand pick my 100 people?
It doesn't matter. 100 people win.
No, they don't.
Yes.
The gorilla is mopping the floor with them.
No.
If we're talking neutral arena, the gorilla's mopping the floor.
Nope. 100 people. Average weight's going to be 180 to 200 pounds. We're talking dudes. The gorilla can lift about 2,000 pounds. That's 10 people that just have to latch on to him. We've got 10 times that, buddy. We just pile on dog pile. That gorilla ain't moving. We're gouging his eyes out. We're beating his... I can't cuss on this show, but I really want to. But we're beating him, bro. Where you stand on this?
I think the humans are winning, too. I just think 100 people... Somebody, the initial attack, we're going to take many casualties. Like, I'm saying 10 at least people are probably going to die for this cause. But somebody's going to get to his eyes. Once his eyes are gone, we won.
The gorilla's not going to be stupid. He's going to be strategic.
I'm not fighting.
Exactly.
If I'm number one, if I'm part of this 100, I am not there. I've got.
It sounds like they're in.
I'm flaking from that fight. Yeah. It's 99 almost immediately.
Sign us up.
You guys have fun.
I'm in, bro. Us two, Elon Musk. That's at least 3 people on the battlefield.
Have fun.
That's a strong lineup right there.
Starting 3 is really looking good. All right, cool. Well, let's jump
better
in.
than OpTic, am I right?
All right, let's jump into Clutch or Kick. The first one is going to come from Nick Thug Nasty Lavid. Go ahead and introduce the tweet for us, brother.
Randy Pitchford, the developer for Borderlands, came out and said that Borderlands 4 is 100% shipping early just because they're doing it great over there. It's not because of any other game titles releasing, whether that be Marathon or, dare I say it, Grand Theft Auto 6. They said, we're just doing it. We're on top of our stuff. So, Clutch. Huge Borderland fans here. Love to see the games coming out a little bit earlier than we expected.
I'll go next. This is rare. Normally, like, if you have extra
delays.
time, there's always delays. This is awesome. I like it a lot. Clutch it up. There you go. Thanks for being early, you dev team. You're amazing. Keep it up.
I hope I don't regret this come later, but I am also clutching this up.
Let's go.
Borderlands 3 was garbage.
It was.
But Borderlands 4, we saw the gameplay reveal. I mean, there's a lot of promising stuff in that gameplay reveal. So please be good. I will regret this clutch come September. Hopefully not.
I'm going Clutch as well. I think the big thing for me is, like you guys said, I mean, most games are delayed nowadays. You never see a game getting moved ahead to get released. So hopefully if everything's completed, it should be a good release and should be a great game.
Yeah, now I don't fully believe him, though, that they're not doing it all based around other products. I do think that if GTA 6 is coming, nobody wants to be there. Marathon doesn't want to be there.
Nope.
You want to be clear of that air. So if the rumor is GTA 6 come September, get ahead of it. I think that's smart.
That guy said that he didn't do it for that reason.
Yeah, I'm calling him a liar for that.
Yeah, that's almost like saying, it's like the silence can't be misquoted thing, but it's like by you saying that, you're almost admitting, something's up. Because just do 2 additional weeks of testing. Stick with your launch date. You've got to change so much marketing material and everything else around it, and stick with it.
And history's strong, bro. We've seen Call of Duty like obliterate game launch releases. I mean, because those are big titles that you don't want to be in the way of.
Yes,
facts.
Yeah. Speaking of Call of Duty and really X Defiant, my Clutch or Kick.
What do you got for us, CJ?
Is Jake Sucky threw us this tweet with good old Mark Rubio.
Ruben,
thank you, sir. Mark Rubio.
Mark Rubio,
Mark
different human.
Rubio's a different guy.
Do we need a video on how to pronounce his name?
Yeah, we do. Any name pronunciation is just not my thing. Okay, cool. So he's basically saying here, and if you read the tweet, the concept is more, hey, folks Call of Duty's not really trying to make a great game. They just sell a lot. They have a great marketing budget. They use their marketing budget to be able to sell their game, but the game is really not great in nature. I think it's awesome that he's saying this. It's a little bit of a shot at the Call of Duty guys, but this is my clutch. I think what he said, I think what he's saying is the right thing to say. I don't know if it goes far enough though, but go ahead.
So the clutch is that
what he's saying. Yeah.
What he's saying is
speaking
true?
out against Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, this is obvious, right? I mean, all Activision cares about is money. They don't care. They deliver you a crap product every year. People keep buying it. They keep spending $60, $70, maybe more, foreshadowing. And it's just hot garbage every time.
Davis?
I'm going with clutch as well. I mean, I want to say it's not just Call of Duty either. You look across, you have EA Sports, for example. They put out the same game every year and just charge people microtransactions. It's not really about the game that's good nowadays. It's really just about how much money can we get through this game.
Yeah, I'm going to have to clutch it as well. I think it was needed to be said. I think every game that has a yearly release they're just getting a little greedy with their money, and they need to dial it back.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like I say we all. Maybe you didn't. It's possible you did not. But I went to the midnight release for Call of Duty for many years.
Oh,
and
many
Halo, years. And that was like, they'd run a little tournament inside a GameStop, and you'd meet some homies, and then you'd take the disc, and it would take you 3 hours to actually download the game. And then it wouldn't work because the servers would be busy or whatever. And I think Call of Duty's actually done a really good job doing a better launch throughout the year. So when you can actually play the night of, it's normally like a Thursday now instead of a Tuesday night. And you were able to get on the game and play with some bugs. Show me some bugs. Millions of people getting on the game. But I think what's interesting is that the game itself has gotten so much worse. Yeah. It's like I don't do that anymore because I don't like playing Call of Duty anymore in the way I used to. So that's really what kind of hit home for me on this one was like, like the game is not as good as it used to be.
Yeah, and I've been like a huge hater on this for many years among our friends group, right? Like I'm always talking about false promises that Activision says. And like before it used to be like, oh, Treyarch, they're the golden child. Even they can't deliver on stuff anymore, right? You're promising leaderboards, ranked play. You mess all this stuff up all the time. And like we go back, Nick's on the show, so a great moment to shout back, Halo 2, best matchmaking all time. It's not like you have to recreate the wheel. Just go copy the formula, right?
There you go. All right, cool. Kepley, you're next. Give us your tweet.
Next, Clutch Your Kick. The tweet here is from Frodan. Those guys not familiar with him, he was big on Hearthstone and now has went over to the TFT community. He's tweeting about, the guy that he's tweeting about is called Mortdog. He's a Riot developer for TFT. And that guy is, I believe, the game director for TFT. So he's pretty up there on the food chain around that. And he normally does YouTube videos where he's doing reviews of patches. He's going great in detail, right, about this. And they don't really have this in the community, so it's great for the devs. He's stepping away from all that stuff. Why is he stepping away from all that stuff? For his mental health, because people suck. Because constantly the community bashes Mortdog. They blame him from, oh, well, the game sucks. You're tweeting about this. You're ruining the game, Mortdog. And it's finally gotten to him over the past couple months. So he used to live stream TFT all the time. He would do those videos, not because he had to, but because he wanted to. He wanted to build the community in TFT. And it's led to his kind of mental health needing to take a break. And he may step away for a long time. I'll add some more color on this in a second, but I'm just going to clutch this man. Like, people suck, and the community needs to learn from this lesson that when you have great things, don't bash people negatively, have good conversation, be able to have healthy feedback around your game, whether you like it or dislike it. And you're going to push great people like Mortdog away, and you're going to lose it, and no one else is going to step up and fill that gap.
Go ahead, Davis.
Yeah, I'm on the same exact page. I'm clutching it as well. I think, Mortdog is one of the only developers across any game that I know of that plays at a super high level like he does and is able to share that knowledge with the entire player base. And the player base should really be appreciative of that, and clearly they haven't been. And so I clutch the fact that he's stepping back for a little bit.
Clutch as well for me. I think, love to see I think he's lead or head game developer, literally guy on the top of his food chain playing a game that he loves. And he's almost taken on that community manager role as well. And people suck, mental health matters. I think that's all I can say on that matter.
I'm going to get some hate for this one. That's okay. I'm cool with that. I can live with it. Twitch chat in the comment section is not somebody to be listened to. He's letting other people dictate his decisions to step away. I don't think you should walk away from things because people tell you suck or whatever. I think you should. Lions do not listen to the opinions of sheep. They're sheep. You are the lion. Shouldn't have to step away because of what they're saying. I think you can stand up. So, any comments on that? Go ahead.
I think just to your last tweet that you just brought up that we all clutched so graciously, it's, well, then Mark Rubin should shut up and focus on X Defiant and stop complaining about Call of Duty then.
I
That
don't.
game's dead.
Exactly why I almost kicked that last tweet, just
Yeah.
because focus on your game and not somebody else. Yeah, I think everybody and their brother knows that Call of Duty is a money grab. EA Sports is a money grab, but focus on your game. Make your game better.
Not a money grab. Yeah.
Same in this situation, right? Like if we still want Mortdog to create more content and go above and beyond, then people suck.
Ignore
Plain
the
and simple.
Our last, I don't want to dwell on this topic too long, but our last, person that we could relate this situation to, he's by the name of Ice Frog, and he made this little game. I don't know, it's small. You guys might have heard of it, called Defense of the Ancients, Dota. So it's just a small game, but he used to do the same thing, and he's been absent. Like when he took his break, similar to Mortdog, he's been gone ever since. Like he's still an active developer in Dota. No more content from that guy. Like he used to do patch reviews. And it just really sucks because Dota is a game that I think could really benefit from that because it is so complicated and hard to understand. I would say that a lot of these auto chesses, I think is what the genre is called, they're kind of the same way. They're a little complicated up front. So you need someone that can be that face there. And it's going to suck to see someone gone like that for whatever reason.
Let us know what you think. That one's a little bit more of a controversial one. I love that. Davis, go ahead. Here's yours.
Yeah, going back to Call of Duty with mine. So mine is actually Skies from OpTic Texas. He's talking about the extra work that they're putting in heading into this next major. So production, if you could just roll the clip so we can hear kind of what he has to say about it.
I think needs to be done to translate practice and matches. I mean, being more like strict on what we're doing. Just because like we're winning situations in the practice, like forcing like the same every time. We stayed like 3 hours after scrims just to watch VODs and see like money hills, like what we need to be doing every single time, not just like bailing out of our situations. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm going to come at this one first, and I'm going to say it's a clutch. I know he's been getting a tremendous amount of hate because obviously he's a professional gamer. This is stuff that you should be doing no matter what as a professional gamer. But for me, to lead off your point, I think he's kind of lying. I mean, I think what does he really owe to Twitch chat to be able to say exactly what they're doing is their regimen? I mean, I think they're actually grinding and putting in a lot more time behind the scenes, and he just kind of wanted to tell this guy like, hey, I mean, we're putting in time. We watched VODs for 3 hours. Get off our case, basically.
Nick?
Oh, there's no question how easy of a kick this is for me. A, we're saying we're clutching that he's lying, and B, we're saying that 3 hours is a lot to put in as a professional gamer. Over the past month, he is probably 100x'd my Halo earnings this past month. For the month of April, he probably made 100x how much I earned. And he's putting in 3 hours. I put in almost 8 hours every single day with scrims and VOD after. Saying that that's something new that they're just doing now because they're not looking so good is mind-blowing to me. Hex, you need to get your camp in order because it's not a good look.
Wow, clippable moment there. I'm going to give it a kick as well. I think that's the bare minimum on what they should be doing. I think this is actually on JP more than anybody else. JP and Karma and the coaching staff need to just make sure that those guys lock in a little bit more. I think you should regiment your entire day. It should be dedicated to winning. I don't think it's a, hey, I spend 5 hours at night. I think it's, hey, when I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about how I'm going to win Call of Duty and win champs. And I think when I go to sleep at night, it's the same process. And that whole day is filled with how to do that. That's why you're on salary. Go ahead, Kep.
Yep. So I want to be honest with you. I was going to clutch you until you said related to him. Skies is not a lion yet. He's very much sheep. He's unproven. So Skies needs to be putting in more than 3 hours.
No, not a
practice,
lion.
okay?
He was lying.
Because
he's really putting in 10 hours.
No, but you pointed.
He just
back,
likes the Lions, okay? It's a lion.
You pointed back to what
guy.
he said, and that was the whole point he made. That's what I'm saying here. Skies needs to be doing more. Skies is unproven. Skies was gifted really a silver spoon here, right? Skies shouldn't be here on this roster, like against a lot of people's advice. Obviously, someone at OpTic made a decision, and they are family cultured. Skies is here, whatever. Every day that Skies wakes up should be, how do I get a major win? Because I need to prove myself that I deserve to stay. And he's not solving that narrative, unfortunately, for the roster because he is still the person, despite how Shotzzy looks or Dashy looks or Hook looks, Skies is the guy that the whole community is saying get rid of. So Skies needs to be proving it. And if he's going to say, oh, don't kick me because I do 3 hours of VOD review, like, no, you need to have more confidence in your statement for that for me.
I'll let you have the last comment if you want it, Davis.
Just to say, like earlier, I don't think he's being truthful at all. I think he's just like it's so tired of people coming at them constantly talking about, hey, you're not doing this, you're not doing this. They're practicing, they're scrimming, they're just not good right now. They got to figure it out. They're practicing more than 3 hours. He's just saying that to get this guy off his case and move on.
Could be. I don't know. Seems weak to me. We'll see. I said that, and then I said you could have the last word, so you can have the last word. No, I'm not going to take it.
That's what we call host advantage.
Yeah, no, that was my fault. No, Davis, if you agree with Davis, go ahead. Let us know in the comments below. Is he just trying to spit this guy off, or is he really just not putting it in? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Pick'ems.
Yep.
Pick'ems.
Forget about that.
We're going to pick these guys. Okay, cool. This is the segment where we look at the matches that are upcoming for the weekend, and we pick some teams. We're going to start with Counter-Strike. Blast is going on right now. There's 8 teams. If I'm honest, 3 of them don't even belong in the picture, which is FlyQuest, Wildcard, and there's a third, and Pain. Yep. You could say Pain might. Maybe that's aggressive. It's
They were
fine.
the first team out. So.
Yeah, well, that's true. But Pain don't belong there. But there are 5 teams that are pretty high caliber in there. There's going to be FaZe, which is the bottom. We got Mouse, Spirit, Vitality, and the Falcons. So I want everyone to pick a winner from the Blast event that's going on this weekend. And we're going to start with Kepley.
Give me a moment, okay? Okay. So Vitality just won earlier today. They tied Liquid's record 23-0. Their next game is going to be on Sunday. They're now second place. They're tied for the record. They could take second place. The number 1 is 60-0. Ninjas have been jamming 2012 to 2013 range. However, on Sunday, the streak dies and Falcons win the event.
Falcons. All right, Davis.
I'm going Falcons too. I think they're playing hard right now. I think they're in that honeymoon phase. Whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa! That says Spirit. You put Spirit on the floor.
I sold him, baby.
No.
Buy or sell, he's buying me. Dude.
I say Falcons.
Okay, Falcons it is.
It's Falcons.
All right.
They are hard at work, then they are ready for results now.
That's probably that
they
patch.
Yeah, show it to us. Sorry, we're looking at the screen. Show us over. What do you put on there? What do you
Production
put on
calling
there?
him out.
At the beginning.
It's the first one.
The
It's the
first
third
one.
one.
Scroll
Spirit.
left.
No, I put
He-
Spirit.
Oh.
Falcons!
All right. Spirit it is.
All right,
Spirit it is.
anyway,
All right.
Falcons. They are riding the honeymoon phase right now. They know they should have won last week. They massively threw. They'll be back to deliver this weekend.
I'll give you the fist bump again.
Hey, there you go. I like Spirit more. Okay, Nick, who's yours?
I actually picked Spirit.
You picked the Falcons! You suck!
I'm such an idiot. No, I believe in Dunk, in Chopper, in Shiro. And when Magix is playing well, this team is playing well. Here's another thing. Spirit has been off for the entire month of April, sitting back watching tape as Vitality was on their little run or Grand Slam 4 out of 10, whatever you want to call that nonsense. No PGL Bucharest, no IEM Melbourne. They're sitting here. They're well rested. They're ready to play. They're going to take them down on Sunday.
It's not even going to be close.
He
Falcons
just
are about
loves
to
Dunk.
destroy.
He just
Spirit,
loves
bro.
Dunk. All right, I'll give you mine. I got Vitality. They're the reigning champs. It's like easy. Obviously, it's going to be Vitality.
Yeah, that's my thing too. It's like people forgot about Spirit.
No, they didn't forget.
No one forgot about Donk.
Nobody forgot. Okay, they're just not good enough to win.
Okay.
Is what
I mean, think of the last time Spirit and Vitality match up, bro. Vitality crushed them. Falcons, though, they're hunting revenge.
I do think the Falcons will make the finals, but I think Vitality still got their number right now. It's like they just, I don't know. We saw it last week. I mean, I say that Vitality did lose map 1 to Mouse today, so it's like, hey, is there chinking that armor? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, on to the next Valorant. We have MIBR versus Sentinels in our grand finals of the playoffs, and then not grand finals, but winter finals, and then G2 versus EG in the lower. And I will go first.
Okay.
And I have, oh my gosh, let me check my notes. MIBR and G2. Let's go.
Oh, we're saying both of them? Okay.
Yeah, you guys say both of them.
Okay.
Yeah. MIBR and G2. Go ahead, Nick.
I'm going to go Sentinels and G2.
This is crazy.
Oh, lies.
Wait, what?
I think production accidentally swapped you. And
All right, there you go.
I'm
You're
Davis.
Davis.
You're Davis today.
You're Davis. Nick is Davis. Davis is Nick. Okay, Kepley.
I actually wish I could swap it, but I'm locked in. I did MIBR, G2. I really wish I would have done Sentinels, though. But this could go
We'll
either
talk.
way.
We'll talk more about this
Yeah.
in a second after we see Nick, aka Davis.
Who's Davis?
MIBR and G2 for me.
My man.
Hey.
We always agree on G2.
So I'm
That's a trend.
the only one here, and
Yeah.
I've got a lot of things to say.
Okay.
4 times in the past 3 years, Send and MIBR have played. Most recently in February. Sen beat the brakes off of them. I'm going to steal a point from Davis on Tuesday. He said 100T didn't look so good. They didn't have that much Teo. MIBR does not play much Teo. Sen's got the advantage there. Bang, John QT, Zelsis, Zekin, Narrate. They're looking great. However, they're both winning 5 straight matches. I just think Sen got the firepower. They're finally clicking. They're going to win this one.
Put him down, Davis.
I think it's going to be tough. I mean, I think this series is going to be like an absolute nail biter. I think Sentinel's coming off the win against G2. They're riding high. I just think MIBR is a little bit too clinical. I think they're playing tremendous right now. And if Aspas can really take control of this game, I think he's the best player in the lobby, and they'll ride that to a win.
Attaboy. That's what I'd see.
I think Davis said it all.
That's fine.
I just want to know, I know Pat's out there watching this, and Pat's
Yeah.
going to be like, yo, Sentinels are
Yeah,
there.
Pat's
You guys
super
hate
proud
America.
already, bro.
That's right, Pat. We hate America, okay?
Whoa.
I don't hate America, bro. Oh, don't gotta speak for me.
Go.
Not in this specific case. We don't hate America.
I
You
know
know
what?
Is that what you just said?
Yeah, we hate America. It's fine.
MIBR just look like they're on such a hot streak right now. You're right, though. History Sentinels are so dominant against them. But MIBR, they got something to prove, man. They've just qualified for their first ever major as an org. I think we're gonna get a banger.
That's the same place I'm at. I think it's time for them. Yeah, like you said, first time qualifying for an international. I think it's their time. Sentinels has kind of ran the scene in NA for a while, so I hope MIBR.
EG is also not down and out against that match against G2. I think they can take it.
Yeah, they've been
I
really
wouldn't put my
surprising.
money. Yeah, they've been.
I was hoping somebody was going to pick EG, so I could have poo-pooed on them as well, because Trent, aka might as well call him Tejo, 100% pick rate since the characters came out.
Yep.
So he's killing it there. And we're all forgetting about the Jogamo revenge game. Long time on EG, now on G2. G2 all day, no question about it.
I'm not forgetting about it. I didn't know about it.
G2 all day. All right, Call of Duty is next. We're going to have the Surge versus the FaZe boys on Friday. We're going to have 100 Thieves versus Miami on Saturday, and then FaZe versus 100 Thieves on Sunday. Those are probably the biggest highlight matches from our top teams. Who wants to go first? Anybody want to go first?
Davis,
you go first, a.k.a. Nick.
Yeah, I'll go first for the
AKA
CDL.
Oh, wait. Oh, the names are... Oh, we're good now.
Okay,
Yeah,
go.
AKA Nick.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
All right, so for my pick'ems for Call of Duty, I got Surge in the first matchup, and I got
Easy.
LAT in the final 2.
Okay.
Love that. I'll go next.
All right.
For funsies. I have FaZe, Miami FaZe.
Wow.
A Miami sandwich, as you would.
Go ahead, Kep.
Run it back with Davis, man. Surge, LA. I mean, FaZe. What? I'd pick FaZe? Did I pick FaZe?
Nick, who do you have?
I wouldn't pick FaZe. I hate FaZe, bro.
FaZe, LAT for me.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
So you're actually LA, not FaZe, yeah?
I think so.
Okay, got it. He's like, look at that right there. You got FaZe.
All right, so let's talk
No,
about
it's
this.
Davis.
Ours are
That's
flipped.
Davis.
Ours are flipped.
Yeah, ours are
Yeah,
flipped.
yeah.
This production, man.
All right, we're having a good time today.
Yeah, we love
okay,
it.
I probably should go first since I am, well, I don't know. I feel like I'm not with the Surge train.
I don't know why. I mean, Surge just dominated FaZe.
I just not a
That's
believer.
why they're going to lose this, in my opinion.
FaZe are on a
FaZe
downward
is-
trend, baby.
Nah, FaZe is going to be pissed. I think they're going to come out strong in this first one.
If
Yeah.
FaZe were going to be pissed, it would have been in the major on the LAN, and they just dropped it. They're not looking good.
FaZe is tried and true. You cannot doubt the Tiny Terrors, and you cannot doubt Cilium. They might have had a bad event. That's okay. They've had 2 other great events before that.
Yeah.
Okay. Their roster hasn't changed a bunch. They kind of just maybe leaned off the gas. I don't know. We definitely saw a bad performance from them, but I don't think that takes them out completely, and that's why I have FaZe in there. I like the Heretics. I just do. I think they look good. They kind of proved themselves this weekend that they're on the upward trend. I think they're going to continue the upward trend. The Thieves just, in my opinion, I don't think the Thieves are a better team than those 2 teams. I think they got lucky this weekend. I think that they just had a good event. And so I think it's a one-off for the Thieves. I don't think that they're going to continue to perform it the way they had been. So that's my defense.
Yeah. I want to just say my Pornfest is super easy.
Yeah.
I would have picked Miami. I only didn't pick them because now we're online and Thieves are so good online.
Interesting.
Okay.
Davis, got anything to say?
So I think the Surge will win. I think Surge has been playing tremendous. I just think they're playing better as a team, and I think that they're going to get the win. I do think FaZe is very pissed off about their results in the last major, and I think they're going to take that out on LAT in the last game of the weekend. I think they're really pissed off about LAT taking their #1 spot as well in the standings. I think FaZe will rise to the occasion and win that one, but they will lose to Surge, and I do have LAT beating Miami.
Nick, would you like to add anything?
I think FaZe is pissed off, but I think I have now bought into, after 4 or 5 straight conversations about the holding back and trying to work on some map picks. I think in the LAT FaZe series, FaZe is going to pull back a little bit in LAT. Not necessarily let them have it, but test out some things. So when the time comes, whether it's Major 4 or it's Champs, Atlanta will be able to actually show them what's up. And however, let's actually give some undue flowers, or some flowers that we haven't quite given out yet, to Envoy on LAT. Vanguard, he won Major 4, he won Champs. MW2, he won Major 4. MW3, he won Major 3. 4 straight games with a first place. BW Black Ops 6 finally won Major number 3. Congrats to him.
Tremendous player. Everywhere he goes, they perform.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Phenom. I believe only 25 years old, and I just said he won in 4 straight games.
Yeah.
Very wild. Good man. All right.
Future.
Cool. Next one, last one, League of Legends. We are in the second week of the group stage. The matches are Cloud9 versus Lion and 100 Thieves versus Dignitas. I don't think I've gone first, so I'll go first. Cloud9 over the Lions. Speaking of Lions, I know it hurts you. And then 100 Thieves versus Dignitas. I have 100 Thieves up there. Look at those two logos. They're looking beautiful next to each other.
Nice looking logos.
That's
Not
right.
a lot.
Go ahead, Cap. Hit us next.
I picked Lions and I picked 100 Thieves.
Of course you did.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Well, I know that.
That's mine again.
Davis, go ahead. Who do you got?
I picked Cloud9 100 Thieves, went with the big dogs.
Hey, surprise, surprise. Cloud9 100 Thieves for me as well.
There you go. All right.
So tell us why Lion on Lions is going to be the Lion
Kepley.
against Cloud9.
Yeah, Kepley.
Lions are starting to acknowledge some of their weaknesses. I actually know, kind of a little self-plug here, all right? I tweeted at the Lions the other day, okay? I think they're still called tweets. And they retweeted me. They agree. They're acknowledging internally that their mid-game is their weak point. If they can clean that up, Lions is going to start climbing the ranks. Licorice is a fantastic top laner. Saint has been great in the mid lane. And then Henna and Lions, right? Lions can never get on another team. They've been doing phenomenal in the bot lane. C9, though, it is hard to argue them against C9. So I honestly just picked them because I just like the guys and they retweeted me.
I love that.
But this would be a big upset, right?
I'm so glad you said that you just liked them because they retweeted you, because I guess we forgot that they went 1-5, 1-6 in placements, and Cloud9
You don't
went
want this
5-1.
battle.
Okay,
You don't want this battle.
They do pass the eye test though. Like their record, like they play well in those games. They just don't clutch up. They have no ice.
Lions have some of the best early game out of every team in the league. They've done well against FlyQuest. They've done good against Cloud9. They beat Liquid and 100 Thieves in the early game, but when they get to mid game, something happens. I'm not quite sure how to put a finger on it, but they drop the ball in one spot and it kills their momentum. And that's when teams come back against them. Lions are a phenomenal team, and they are going to upset some people in these rankings. And I think it starts with Cloud9.
Okay.
There you go.
I appreciate you standing on business there.
Well, 100 Thieves is just, we love 100 Thieves, everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
that is what it is.
100, we're going to bat 100% on that one. Okay, cool. Let's go around the league. We're talking some roster changes on the OpTic side. So ultimately, we saw this guy's tweet. We've seen all these other pieces. Do you guys think this current OpTic roster can make it to champs? And there's a lot of voices saying right now that they should make some changes. Should they make changes? Go ahead, Kep. Give me it first. What do you think?
I don't think they should make changes. I do think that they can make champs with this roster. The last time that OpTic did a lot of roster swaps, it's been a few years now. I can't quite remember the game. Sorry. But they had the same situation. They kept making roster changes. They kept getting like 8th, lower 8th, whatever, right? OpTic is an org that's built on family, right? You're going to invest in the long term. If Skies is here, Hex, someone in that org sees a vision in Skies and they see that he can fill a piece that they're missing. So refine it. Go into Major 4, lock down business, get into champs, and then try to get a good result there. And then who knows what happens when the game comes. But finish up this Call of Duty with this roster. If you were going to make a change, it shouldn't have been you quick jump to Skies last time.
Mm-hmm.
You should have paused on your changes altogether.
Yeah.
So ride this out is my thought.
Yeah, I'm in the same place. I think they have to ride this roster out. I mean, every single split or between every major so far this year, they've made a roster move. So I think it's time to just stick with somebody and just ride them out towards champs. There's no question that these players can do it. They're all tremendous players individually. They haven't all won champs, but they're all great players, tremendous players, and they can do it. They just have to put in more work.
You want it? You want me to?
You go.
Oh, this roster will not win champs. You have to change now. Bruce clearly doesn't like Skies, based off of the comments that you see and hear from him. They aren't getting along. I don't know where Shotzzy falls. I think he's probably going to take the side of Bruce if I'm looking at the dynamic of that roster. And I think Hook's just like, oh, we're having a great day. Everybody's having a good time. Just calm down. I think Skies is ultimately the piece you brought in, not a good enough piece to be able to win. So I do think they have to make a change. I just don't know what it is. Go ahead. Do you have anything?
I don't think with any piece that's even out there right now that the team, given the amount of time, energy, and effort that's left before champs, they're not going to win champs. They're so far behind. I think you've just got to stick this one out and start planning for next year, unfortunately. As a guy who's made 4 roster changes since HES Arlington 2 weeks ago, I am anti-team roster changes unless it's a completely toxic environment. So stick with the roster, grind it out to the end of the season, try and improve as much as you can.
Yeah, there you go. All right, next in the news. I turned this on yesterday, and it was on Dr. Lupo cheats. Well, I say cheats. Okay. Well, so there are 2 things that kind of happened. I'll set the picture for everybody. One, there was a tweet by chess.com, and they were basically like, hey, we ran this tournament. Dr. Lupo was found to be cheating. We're removing him from. Dr. Lupo then makes a tweet, and he says, hey, I had my second monitor up. I saw some moves that were available in the chat, and then I actually did act on them. And for that reason, I'm removing myself from the tournament. And it was funny. We were in the office. I was watching this live happen. It was like, this is really odd. But it's one of those things where, like, I think you have both these pieces, like, did he actually cheat or was his chat just up there? And, you know, was he kind of forced out, and did he make that decision to make that tweet because of what happened on the tournament side? What do you guys think? Davis, you first.
It's very interesting because, I mean, if he's streaming the tournament, obviously he's going to be interacting with chat, even if he wasn't trying to cheat. You know, he could have just looked over and happened to read a message that told him the move to make, and then that's necessarily cheating because it gave him the information. So I'm in a weird spot. I definitely think it's cheating because it's supposed to just be a one-on-one between chess and he's using help. So definitely cheating, but pretty unfortunate for him.
Nick?
Yes, it's cheating. It's a weird thing of cheating because I'm pretty sure it's a $100,000 charity tournament anyway. I'm not even sure that he won the money. I'm pretty sure it would have went to St. Jude's, a great individual when it comes to charity. I'm pretty sure he's raised $3 to $5 million over the past couple of years. So congrats to him for that. But it's the tweet itself. It's kind of like every tweet that we bring up on the show. It's a little weird when you send certain tweets, and I didn't like this one. It's kind of the definition of I got fired, but I quit first. Like chess.com is saying we're removing him. He's saying he's removing himself. It's like that got a little weird. I don't like that part of it.
Kep?
I don't have a lot better ad. You summed it up perfect. That's exactly what I was going to say.
I think that you just, as a streamer, you have to know that, like, hey, like, chat's going to have to be on the side of this one. Or I'm going to have somebody else monitor chat for me and then push information to me from the side. And
emote only.
yeah, something like that. Like, something weird has to happen. And obviously, if he's going to acknowledge that, that's great. But ultimately, people are saying that the moves he made were chat's not smart enough to make that move. So is it an algorithm on the back end? I'm looking at you right now, Dr. Lupo. Yo, if it was, like, I feel for you, but ultimately it's a sucky situation, so you're going to have to take it on the chin a little bit. That sucks, man. I'm sorry. But if you were cheating, you suck, and I hate you. So.
Second time he's been accused of cheating.
Yeah, I was about to say, if he's cheating again, stop cheating because it had already happened.
What was the first one?
Yeah,
Destiny 1. Yeah, he had back in Destiny 1, he was accused of cheating as well. And
I must have missed that. Must have been
Hey,
prior to my Lupo exposure.
That's some old Lupo lore.
Ultimately, he can look at whatever situation he wants and do the things that he needs to do to be successful. I don't think this ruins his career. It's just a moment that he gets to learn from. So.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to say once a cheater, always a cheater.
Hey, there you go.
100%.
All right. You've lost Nick Lavin because it's the second
Gone.
time, buddy.
Yeah.
Who knows if you actually cheated in Destiny either. We don't know. Okay, cool. On to the next. Call of Duty. It was $70. It's now $80. Okay. Obviously, you know, COVID and inflation go into this, I guess.
Are we
That's what they always say.
on a video game show?
I don't know.
Are we bringing up tariffs with Papa T?
I think I heard the T word.
It's just, you know, it's one of these things where you look at it and you're like, hey, from a consumer perspective, I look at it from my individual that's buying Call of Duty. Is that his only game he's going to buy? You know, like, is that the only game that gamer is going to get in his stratosphere that he's going to purchase this year, and everything else is going to be free to play? And so if that is the case, like, this sucks, right? It also sucks for, you know, the folks that don't have enough money, and so they have to kind of go on to a game. I think what it doesn't suck for is people that have disposable income. So, like, when you say, hey, I can buy 20 games this year, that's cool, right? And I think for those people, it's like, it sucks that it's pricier, but it really doesn't impact them in a big way. But I think from the bottom consumer, it's a bad thing. But I don't know. What do you guys think? $80, is that reasonable, unreasonable? I don't know. Somebody.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
So first off, like add a little bit extra context here is it's not Call of Duty going up to $80. It's Microsoft games in general are going up to $80. So it's all the games.
Yep.
I think that this is actually brilliant by Microsoft because what will happen there is you say it goes up $10. I say the price doesn't change because they want people to buy Game Pass anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Game Pass $10. Going to have Call of Duty on it. My phone just dropped. But mic drop.
That'll cost you more than $80.
Yeah. And I think that at the end of the day, Microsoft wants to drive people to that. Nintendo, whether they were ahead of the game or whether they started the curve, Nintendo increased their game prices up. And so Microsoft says, hey, you know what? Actually, if we'll do that too, Sony can keep their $70 games. But now when people come to Microsoft or they're on PC, they're going to say, I could spend $80 on Call of Duty, or I could spend, $15, $20, whichever version you get, and I could get all these games on Game Pass and more reason to come play Call of Duty on Xbox.
Anybody? Nick? Davis?
Huge Game Pass fan. Just got Expedition 33. Been playing it. Loving
Beautiful
it.
game.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah. I don't. It is what it is. Unfortunately, I don't think us or Mark Rubin is going to change the fact of inflation or games going up. That's just the life in which we live, unfortunately. C'est la vie on that one.
Subscription models, baby.
Yeah.
Game Pass is king.
I do think knowing that the subscription model on the back end and Call of Duty is going to be on Game Pass, it makes it almost a mandatory buy Game Pass because of whatever's on there. So it is very smart of them to be able to bundle this in because of the actual cost of the game. Some people are still going to buy it for $80 and play it on that way. Some people are going to buy Game Pass, so we'll see.
We know Davis needs money for Marathon and a steak. What was the other? There was
I have
another
no money
thing.
left for Call of Duty.
You can't even buy Call of Duty. You have to buy Game Pass in order to buy
You're better
Call of
off
Duty.
not buying Call of Duty, buddy.
I'm good for a couple months. But
Maybe he needs to get into a Marvel Rivals tournament.
Oh, maybe he does. We've got 2 minutes left in the show. We're going to rip through Marvel Rivals. They are hosting a $3 million prize pool for their 5 different regions. I'm going to come to you first, Kep, because you clearly are upset about this. Go ahead.
What a waste of money. Oh my God. I mean, I get it. Like, yeah, cool. Marvel Rivals has got Marvel characters. It's a fun game, guys. It's just fun, but it's not like that good competitive. We talked about it on the Hidden Pilot episode long ago. The esports sucks. The meta comps are happening. People are picking the same things. Get it off the TV, bro. Like, you're throwing $3 million. This is what's wrong with esports is we just throw oodles of money at it. And if you've got it like that, then cool. But like, man, it's just making it unrealistic for these other esports to rise up. And Halo is a game that I think suffers from that a lot because it's a good esport. It's a lot to watch, but it can't compete with these prize pools.
I think it's a terrible esport. I hate watching Halo. Sorry.
Dang!
I think Marvel Rivals is trash.
Am I the only Marvel Rivals enjoyer?
I play
this?
Yes, I like this.
I still play
I'm not
Marvel
a fan of their 5 regions, 3 of them being
Are all
the same
Asia?
region. Yeah, it's like
EMEA,
it's like
Asia,
It's like
Oceania.
China, Asia, which is also Asia, and then Oceania, which is also Asia. It's a little confusing on that front, and they're spreading the money.
I said it for
all 3 of
Overwatch.
them.
I'm going to say it for Marvel Rivals again. I said it on the pilot episode. I'm going to say it now.
Bring it now.
It's a fun game. Stop the esports. Just let the game be fun. We don't need every game that comes out to have an esports scene. Let a game just be made to have fun, guys. It's okay. We don't need everything to be an esport.
I think this is a perfect one too because you have the Marvel connection. It's not like you really need anything to build.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of Overwatch either, so that's why I don't.
Well, I think games should be developed with esports in mind. I don't think it. I mean, it might have been their thought, but they didn't create the product that is an esports product. It is not. It is a very casual game in nature, based off of the current meta. And if they change the game to get away from that meta, maybe. But right now, it's not great because it doesn't check the viewership box. Like I can't watch it.
I don't understand why all of our pros for why we like EWC and the Falcons and all that sort of stuff to bring more viewers and to bring more eyes and to bring more money into esports, why we're scoffing at somebody throwing $3 million into the esports scene. That's great for the entire economy, in my opinion.
Well, I don't know about, I'm not an economic expert, but I mean, you do make a good point there. Like when you're right, you're right. I mean, cause I just hate these games as esports, man. I mean, that's all it is. That's the bull.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I just don't like the Overwatch style as an esport, so I don't really feel.
And if it was Apex Legends, I'd say the same thing. Get that garbage out of here too.
Yeah.
160 team land going on as we speak.
The biggest thing for me is like whenever there's so much competition between like Marvel Rivals and Overwatch. Obviously, Marvel Rivals is the new thing, but they're like the same exact game. I just think, throwing $3 million towards something that's in big competition with other esports is like not as efficient as we could use the money.
I mean, I think the winner in this is going to be the players and then potentially the team that wins. I don't think it's all teams because they're not all going to make their money back. But like the game is not going to get crazy viewership. Like the viewership's not going to be great because it's not a good viewership experience. So there's the loss on the back end. It's like the loser is the publisher for putting up this $3 million. Like they're not, unless it markets the game where enough people play it. But I don't think they're going to make it back on the back end of that.
I don't know. I remember one of the first few. I'm pretty sure it was like League or Dota was one of the first that was actually on cable TV. But let's not forget that there was Overwatch tournaments on TNT for like a year. Yes, that didn't succeed and that didn't work well. However, it's another attempt. It's another try. If any IP can do it on TV, it's definitely Marvel. It's an easy buy-in.
Halo was on TV too.
Yeah, G4 TV, and look where Halo's at now.
Unfortunately, if we were still having the video game TV show adaptations, it was the worst of all of them. It greatly upset me. So let's just move on and wrap this up.
Hey, it only takes a second. Go like, subscribe. We appreciate you watching the video, getting to this point. The show is now ending. Tell us in the comments what you disagree with. It was honestly, it was kind of a disagreeable show. We had a lot of different points where everybody disagreed on different things. So that's great. Show us in the comments what you think about some of those topics. We will see you on the next episode. Thanks for joining us here with Queued Up.
Shout out to all the 1,000 subscribers. We love you.